More calmer wins than the one that we saw against Southampton. I mean, let's be clear. 81 minutes on the clock, Southampton rock bottom of the table, and it looked like they were going to get the better of the Red Devils. And then Diallo steps up with 3 goals in 12 minutes. It was a sensational finish to the game.
It was, and I think it was interesting because Southampton had their chances. There was an opportunity where Onana had a double save within the game as well. Fernandes should have scored, and Manchester United have conceded so many goals on set pieces. It's unbelievable from corners. But I think it wouldn't have surprised me last night if Manchester United hadn't. Anthony has to put that in the back of the net, by the way. It was results against Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City. It wouldn't surprise me if Manchester United didn't drop points last night. I don't know why. I'm not getting carried away. As a team, I follow obviously Manchester United, but I think the way that Manchester United won that game, that's all that really matters. And I think there's times where, like, Ahmad has been on the bench quite a lot under Ruben as well, and he's had to bring him on, but he's been brilliant. I mean, a hat-trick, pressure in. Ramsdale has to do better there. Shouldn't be playing out the ball out the back for me, but Southampton have done that all season. Even under Russell Martin, they did that.
Yeah, I think if Southampton could finish, they'd have won by 2 or 3 goals.
They look better, though, don't they?
They look much better under. What did alarm me about Manchester United is what worries me ahead of Brighton, which is that they turn up for the big teams. If you look at the last 10, 11 games, they turned up against City, they turned up against Arsenal in the FA Cup, they turned up against Liverpool because their fans demanded it of them.
Then Wolves and Bournemouth, no.
Wolves, Bournemouth, Newcastle, they were slaughtered at home. And you look at Brighton, they've lost 5 of the last 6 against Brighton. And I think as far as Brighton are concerned, with the players to finish those chances that they will create, I can see this being another home defeat. Now, the question has to be, why can't these United players in midfield, at the back, get the same level of desire and hunger and organisation that they had?
I'm with you. It's perplexing, really. And, you know, Amorim did say after the Liverpool and the Arsenal games that, OK, that's fine, but the pressure is now more on these players for Southampton because there's an expectation there, which there wasn't maybe against the other 2 games in the Cups, right? But to come off with losing every duel for a lot of that game. De Ligt came on the programme when I was covering that match, and he said we were losing all our duels. They were intense. Yeah. But the question is why? Where was the desire and commitment that should have been
it's
there?
difficult because it was only a few days ago they had that desire and commitment, but there were, I'm not making excuses, but there were changes within the team. Harry Maguire, I think, has been unbelievable. Yeah. You know, and a player that's really redeemed himself and come back from those tough moments. And Euro started in that game. So there's a few things. I like Ugarte as well. I think he's got something. He reminds me of Ander Herrera when he was at Man United. But I do think, you know, Ruben Amorim, for me, no doubt, is the right person because for the first time in 3 or 4 years, I'm seeing Manchester 3 or 4 years, I'm seeing Manchester United having a pattern of play, what they're trying to do. People might look and think, why is Ahmad playing fullback, you know, in that wing-back position? But I like what Ruben Amorim is doing. Manchester United had no identity for 3 or 4 years, and you will lose games, no doubt.
Would you worry for them if Ahmad was injured?
Yeah, I do worry for Manchester United, but it's not... Like I said, Ruben has him on the bench against the big teams for some reason. Now, I know coaches love to have an impact player coming off the bench. Manchester United, these players, I think Ruben is maximising them. They still need to get better players. These players, I've no doubt within the next kind of couple of years, they won't be there, a lot of them, because Ruben will bring in players that fits his style and system.
One of those players, where there's a question mark over their future, Alejandro Garnacho, who started in the game against Southampton, consecutive games now for him, and he's not had that luxury this season. He's been linked with Chelsea. Darren, can you shed any light on this?
Yeah, Chelsea like him. They like his skill set. They like his versatility. He can score goals. He's had his issues with Amorim, of course, who called him out as being one of the players that he felt didn't meet the standards that he'd set for the club since his arrival. I actually think he will go to Napoli. Napoli are hugely interested in him. They've got another player from Manchester United, Scott McTominay. He's helped them to get into and stay in the title race in Italy. And I think they'll actually win that title race as well. Garnacho, around about £45 million, I think he's going to go there.
You think he will?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
I don't like that, you know. I know we've got to move on, but I don't like Garnacho moving on. It's so quickly, and he's been at Manchester United his whole life.
He has, yeah. There's some key decisions to be made in the United boardroom. OK, time for another break then on Teams Talk. Well, when we come back...
And I think we'll tell you tomorrow that he has to rest eat good food to prepare that Sunday. We need them again. He did a great job. It's a great moment for a young kid to score an hat-trick for a club like this, but he needs to focus on the next match because this is already in the past, and prepare the next game.
Did you think he or your team were capable of doing that when you get to 80 minutes and you win the game?
You always believe. I have to believe, but with the chance that, for example, Anthony misses, then you have that feeling that let's go again. A difficult night with our fans, and everything is so fresh. The 3 losses that we had, but we managed to turn things around, and in the end, we didn't do a good job. A good game. But if you look for all the opportunities, I think we deserve to win. But we have to improve a lot.
Jamie.
You said ahead of this game you learn more about your players than the previous 2 games. Well, having seen that, you're not very concerned because they seem panicky, lack of composure, a bit desperate. Is that not a big?
Yeah, it's not. I think it's not panic. In the first half, we were too late to every ball, and we tried to press a little bit high, and we suffer with that. Mateus between the lines, dribbling between the lines, Suleimani with the pace. It's a different game from Liverpool and Arsenal. We have to stretch the team more. We let Lenny all the time 1 against 1, with more spaces to cover, and we suffer more. So I think it's not panic. We need, and I need to understand the game. Why we suffer in these kind of games and not sometimes in the big games where we are more compact, more near the ball when we win the ball. So I pay attention to all the things, and this game was not the lack of effort. They try it, but Ugarte was really tired since the first minute, and you feel it when he ran for the ball and tried to receive the ball, all that stuff. And so I look at the game, try to understand the game, to improve my players and to help the team to be better.
But why is he tired? And I think you said generally your players are tired because they're top professionals. Yeah. Surely he should be able to not be tired.
I don't know. I need to improve the training, sometimes the recovery of the players. I don't know. I have to help them. But after these 2 games were really hard on the team, and sometimes we are tired, not just the body but the mind. But like I said, it's a different game. We have to press more. The space is bigger. We are discomfortable in the game, and then if we don't.
Business once more on the back of that very important equaliser. 1-1. So deflection, and it will be a throw-in. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Romeo Lavia. And there it is, the half-time whistle. So the beginning of the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Possession 1. Mudryk. Being egged on by the crowd. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. Palmer.